Groudon is so good, man. He's so fun. Today is all about Groudon. Tomorrow is going to be Kyogre, but today the spotlight is on Maxie and Groudon. They are incredible. They are the first Master Fair villains that are in the game, which is insane because the future for this game, now that we're dipping into Master Fairs for villains, is going to be insane, and I cannot wait. It's definitely exciting, and with what we got with Groudon and Maxie, they are insane. They really are, and I know why they split Groudon and Kyogre with their master passives with physical and special, because if both of them just increase like regular attacks that include special and physical together, it would be insane having both Groudon and Kyogre on the team. So they wanted to balance it out so that you could sort of go with either or. I mean, I think in the end, Groudon, well actually no, it's not gonna matter because Groudon only increases special, so his Solar Beam is gonna be lacking a little bit. But anyway, forget what I was gonna say. Groudon is an incredible Pokemon in Masters, so he can do a lot. So like when we look at his moveset, he has Pre-Supplies Blades, and that's going to be his AoE ground type, and it's good that we finally have a really good ground type in the game. We did have Cynthia, but they were starting to get outdated, and they heavily rely on Sandstorm, and there's not really any good support that can support Cynthia with Sandstorm, so they were starting to get a little bit underwhelming. And now we finally have Groudon that 100% dethrones Cynthia as the best ground type striker, so the Groudon is just insane. And then he has Solar Beam for a special attack, and Solar Beam can definitely hit very hard. Like, we're going to take a look at both, of course, both Pre-Supplies Blades and Solar Beam. So, like, they are just so good. At 6 stars, like, Maxie's outfit looks insane. Like, this is probably one of my favorite 6-star outfits in Pokemon Masters. And then, like, we could just spin him around. Like, I don't know. I found this out today. I didn't know we could actually do this. So, I've been doing this quite a bit before actually recording. I just wanted to get a good laugh out of that. Like, we could even do it with Groudon, too. I don't know. I'm weird when it comes to finding enjoyment. But that's Groudon and Maxie right there. And then their passive, if you don't know, powers up physical attack moves of all ally Synchros by up to 20% and reduces physical attacking move damage by all ally Synchros by 25%. The more ally Synchros with the Hoenn theme you have on your team, the higher these percentages are. So you can get up to a high of 50% for physical attack buff, and then you can get as high as 31% for damage reduction. And each Hoenn pair that you have on the team increases it by 15% and 3% for damage reduction. So definitely very good for the Hoenn team, a very big buff for the Hoenn team. So if you love Hoenn, this is going to be Maxie or Archie are going to be the Synchros that you're going to want to pull, because they definitely buff the Hoenn strike category, or the Hoenn team in general. And then for the lucky skill, I did put Critical Strike 2 on Groudon, just because like he's a striker. You definitely want to try to maximize the attacking power for him. And then for his theme skills, I leveled up everything, because why not? Because I know I'm going to be using him a lot. So whenever I can get a theme skill to activate, it's going to help, because it's going to help with his offensive power. So definitely going to be good. He's weak to ice, which doesn't really matter as much, because he's just going to destroy everything that he touches. And then for his grid, this is what I have built for him. So we have Pre-Supplies Blades power-ups along with the accuracy for Pre-Supplies Blades, because it's not, I mean, you don't need accuracy, just because he does increase his own accuracy on his training move, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. And then you have Super Duper Effective, which is insane, because then we also have Super Sun 4, has a good chance of applying the Super Effective next to the user when the Pokemon uses the move when the weather is sunny. And then on top of that, we have the Sync Move power-up as well. But with the Super Duper Effective and then the Super Effective next, I think that stacks. So the amount of damage this guy is going to do when he's super effective with Pre-Supplies Blades is going to be insane. But let's go into his actual event right now, and this is going to be the team that we're going to be running, and Altaria is going to be a nice little option for the team because of her Revenge Boost 9. Every time she gets hit, she does increase the move gauge by 1, which would help, especially if you have slow Pokemon, but this team isn't really going to be slow, especially with Sceptile on the team, because Sceptile gets insanely fast when he's in the sun. But enough talking. This is going to be the team. We'll talk more about it when we're in battle, but let's go into it and see what Groudon is going to do. Now, he's going to do a lot of damage. So this is going to be like a quick little battle just to show off what he can do. And obviously at the end, we'll go into Champion Stadium and see what he can do over there. So let's start increasing everything. They're going to be attacking Altaria, so we don't really have to worry about Groudon getting hit. But because this is a full Hoenn team, we're going to get the full damage reduction, so they're not going to be doing as much damage to us. And they, like, with the damage reduction, it's going to help with tanking, of course. So like with Groudon reducing his special defense and physical defense, you're not really going to have to worry too much about it, especially when they're targeting the support Pokemon. So you're not going to have to worry about that at all. So we did increase our stats, and what's really good about Groudon is he's very, very self-sufficient. That animation is so good. He just one-shots everything. Like, when he's super effective, he's just gonna destroy. Like, he's literally destruction. Like, the animation for Groudon is just so good. But obviously for this event, like, this is not going to be the team that you're going to want to run, because only Groudon is getting the boost, because these are the boosted characters right here. It's weird that Sceptile isn't a part of the boosted characters category. Same with Altaria. Like, it's weird. I guess I need to read the story to maybe understand why. But yeah, like, it's just really, really weird. But in terms of teams, like, Groudon does have options. But let's go to co-op and see how he can perform when he is just by himself. Alright, so we're in the co-op stage now. We're going to be going up against this stage in the EX Plaza. Now, the side Pokemon aren't really going to matter as much, because we're not going to be using Hilbert to buff Groudon. Like, Groudon isn't going to need any of the buffs from Hilbert. Same with Torchic. Like, we're not really going to need Torchic to buff us up. If anything, like, Hilbert can do everything that Torchic can do for Groudon anyways, but I just put them there, because why not? And then we have May and Sceptile on the team as well, just so we can get the buff for the Master Passive, because this is considered our team, like this little lineup that Groudon is on, with May, Maxie, and Sceptile. They're all together. This is considered the team. So Maxie's Master Passive is going to be taken in full effect, which is going to be very good, because then he's going to get that Master Passive with that 50% damage boost, so it's going to be really, really good. So let's go into co-op and see what Groudon can do. Like, he's so self-sufficient. Like, when he's in Sun, he's gonna be able to get to +6 on his physical attack. He's gonna get up to max crit. Like, he's just so good. The only annoying thing about this stage is they're gonna have like damage reduction or something like that. So like the very first attack that we do, that's gonna be where we're gonna see Groudon without actually, no, we can still get our max, like, we can still see what he's gonna do against a single target Pokemon, after we attack. It might not be an actual full critical hit, but I guess we can still see, like, 6,000, like, 7,000 damage. Like, it's so good. So good. Now, only Raichu is in the field, so now, it's gonna be one target, so the damage that he's gonna do is gonna be much, much higher. So, 10,000 damage right there. That was with the Unity boost, I guess. So it's super duper effective, or that super effective next effect wasn't in play. So he will be able to do much more damage, and the time that I've spent with Groudon before this recording, like, he was able to get up to like 17,000 damage, which is very, very good. So let's see if we can actually do that again. So what we'll do is we'll knock out the side Pokemon first. So after we use our first training move, we're going to attack and then knock out the side Pokemon if we can. And then we will go and use our training move again after we attack, and then get that super effective next to take effect again, so that we can actually guarantee our maximum damage for Groudon when we attack. Because every time we use the training move, we do get the super effective next, so that's why you would kind of want to maximize that power. So after you use it once, you want to use your Pre-Surprise Blaze or Solar Beam, whichever you're going for, and then use the training move again, so you can take full effect of the super effective next. Now, like, when you're in Sun, like, every time you attack and you do have them gridded up and you have that tile active, you can get it every time you attack, or you can get it, like, you have a chance to pick it up again. But it's better to just attack after you use it once and then use the training move again and then get that effect again. So it's just an endless cycle like that if you want to go that way. But I just go for the training move twice in a row and then attack, because with that chance to take effect, like, it is a solid chance, but at the same time, he's still going to do a bunch of damage even without that super effective next, because when you already have super duper effective on his grid, that is already going to boost Groudon's damage a lot. So as we can see in co-op, like, he's very self-sufficient, and when he's in Sun, he does increase his speed a lot too, so, like, you're going to have no issues with move gauge. So let's go into this one more time, 'cause I'm curious to see what his speed is going to be. So we're not going to worry about taking out the targets. We're just going to worry about using our move gauge and boosting his speed, because we know that he does increase his speed already with being in the Sun. So let's just increase our speed with Hilbert, and then see what our speed can go up, like, with our move gauge, like how fast that will go up. And this is going to be at regular speed, of course. Like, we're not going to have it in times 2 speed. I mean, we can, but majority of the time, like, when a lot of players are in battle, they typically do, like, regular speed or times 2 speed, because times 3 speed can get a little bit too fast at times. So obviously normal speed or times 2 speed is going to be the way to go. Let's use our presupposed blades and see how fast our move gauge is going to go up. That's actually pretty fast. I'm used to seeing it with times 2 or times 3 speed, so let's jump that up very quickly. Oh yeah, that's that's fast. That is fast. I was worried about Groudon's speed, but with him increasing his speed in the Sun, and then when he has support to increase his speed even more, you're really gonna have no issues with move gauge. So, like, even if you just want to go for 1 out of 5 for Groudon, that is gonna be plenty. That is really gonna be plenty enough for both Groudon and Kyogre, for that matter. Just because, like, a lot of their stuff, a lot of their power comes from their passives and master passive. And then the stuff on their grid is just literally extra to make them even more stronger. So if you're just looking to get 1 out of 5, you're not going to be disappointed with what they can do at 1 out of 5. But Groudon is just so good. He is just so good. So now let's actually go into Champion Stadium and see what he can do over there. Alright, so now we're in Champion Stadium. This is not Master Mode. This is just regular Champion Stadium. And with Koga being weak to ground, it is definitely going to take Shine of Groudon. A lot of people are going to be using Groudon in this stage, of course. So it lines up perfectly. Same if you were to pull Kyogre, you can use him against Lance. Kyogre does come out later on tonight or tomorrow, depending on your time zone, like I said. But Koga is weak to ground, so let's definitely take him into this stage over here. And this is going to be the team that we're going to be rocking with. We do have full damage reduction, of course, 31%, so it's going to be good, very helpful. And what's really good about this team is Altaria. Altaria with her training move, if you come across an event where Groudon, like, is super effective, but then they end up throwing, like, a physical barrier or a critical barrier or something like that to nullify the damage from Groudon, you can literally use Altaria's training move and get rid of that field effect, and then Groudon will be at full power again, which is very, very good. So this Hoenn team is going to be very strong. Definitely among the best, one of the best teams in the game now, I feel, because having Altaria on the team with that buff from the Master Passive is going to be very, very helpful. And then with her getting rid of field effects, it is going to help both Groudon and Kyogre, because she can fit on both of their teams. Mostly for Groudon's team, she is going to be like the support type. But in Kyogre's team, because Kyogre is going to be buffing special attack, that's where Altaria will be taking more shine, because then you could even Mega Evolve with Altaria and then do even more damage with Dragon Pulse, and then queue up attacks and just spam and just do so much damage. So I think Altaria will be shining more in Kyogre's team, but she is still going to be very helpful in Groudon's team. So let's go into the battle and see how they perform over here. And with Sceptile on the team, the move gauge is just going to go insanely fast, because we know how fast Sceptile is. So with Groudon's buff in the Sun, with his speed and then having Sceptile there too, it's just going to be so good. So it looks like they're increasing their special defense, so Groudon is going to be very good here. Unless they end up buffing their physical defense too, but like for the most part I think we should be fine. And then if they do end up putting up a barrier, we could just use Altaria and get rid of that barrier anyway, so it's not going to be an issue. So this team is going to be very strong. The Hoenn team in general just got a huge buff with having both Groudon and Kyogre coming out. So boom, there we go. Not that much, I mean, still very good damage nonetheless. Like, it's still very strong. But now he's going to be +6 on his physical attack, and we got the super effective next on our attack again. So I think that's what you're going to want to do with Groudon. Once you use the training move once, you're going to want to go for Pre-Supplied Blaze, and then use it, the training move again, and then go for Pre-Supplied Blaze again. So he's strong. He's definitely strong for sure. So now it's a single target. He's going to do a bunch of damage. 11,000 damage. That is good. Groudon is so good, man. He's so fun. I love the team. Like, it's so good. This is the thing. Like, when you have these master passives, like, you can literally run a full, like, not a full, but you can run like 2 strikers on the team if you have a good support. Because with damage reduction, like, the strikers are gonna take like little damage. So, and then if you have a good support that can heal and buff the defenses even more as well, then it's gonna really help a lot. Which is why the Galar team is good, because of Obstagoon buffing physical defense and all too. So, but that is gonna be it for this video. I did say we'd take a look at Solar Beam, but I don't want this video to be so long now. So we'll definitely, like, this isn't going to be the only showcase I do with Groudon. Like, we're definitely going to do more showcases with him. I definitely want to take him in more events and try him out in different areas of the game. But, like, he is so good. We've been asking for a good ground type to come, and Groudon is easily the best ground type in the game. And he probably will be the best ground type in the game for a long time. So, definitely going to be good. If you want to pull for him, it is going to be worth it because his relevancy will stay for a while, so you don't have to worry about that. Same with Kyogre, but I feel Groudon is going to have more relevancy for a longer time than Kyogre because we just have so many water types, and we're probably going to get way more water types in the future that are going to be just as strong, or if not stronger. But with Groudon, like, there's very few ground types in the game, so I feel Groudon is going to be more impactful than Kyogre. But you can take what you want from it, summon for who you want, because they're both very good. And another thing I really like is the background of this art when you have, or this card, when you have them 6-star. Like, having that Groudon art, like in the main series games, is a nice little touch, and I'm sure Kyogre has that too. But let me know what you think of Groudon. If you're going to be summoning for him, good luck. And just, again, let me know what you think of him, because, like, he is just so good, and having a Master Fair for a villain now, it just opens up the door for a bunch more stuff in the future, which is very exciting. But that's going to be it for this video. Definitely a powerhouse of a sync pair. Gonna last for a long time. They're going to be relevant for a long time too. But hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.